Hey, it's Austin with Korked, and I'm here to break down the Super Bowl streaker, because in a 31-9 blowout, this was pretty much the most exciting thing about that game. In the fourth quarter, the Chiefs lined up to run a play that was probably going to result in Patrick Mahomes running for his life in the opposite direction. So they were about to snap the ball until Patrick Mahomes basically tattled on the guy who snuck onto the field. Pat just called him out like he was a blitzing Mike linebacker, and he comes into frame here. Which, do we call him a streaker? Because technically he was clothed. I mean, barely, but he was clothed. Like, what do you call a streaker with clothes on? The guy is a 31-year-old from Boca Raton, and like pretty much everyone on the Bucs defense, he runs right by the Chiefs' offensive line. And since he's a quote-unquote Florida man, he rips off his mask and just has no clear direction as to what he's doing. But it's at this moment security comes into the picture. But unfortunately for our safety and well-being, of course the security guard looks like a stand-in for Sherman Klump. And you just know this event staffer is thinking, I have the same build as Vince Wilfork. The entire NFL is watching. This is my time to shine. I make this tackle and I may finally get signed by a team. Unfortunately, however, he did not make that tackle. Nor did this guy. Why is it that the biggest sporting event in the world, we have some of the most unathletic humans guarding the field? Like, we're not asking for security guards who lettered in multiple sports in high school, but at least someone who can make a tackle on the first try. I mean, look, I'm not trying to shame anyone here, but this is the best security we have. I mean, the Super Bowl would be screwed if a terrorist ever runs a sub 7-second 40. So after this guy splits two defenders, you're thinking, oh my gosh, he's going to do it. He's going to do what the Chiefs couldn't and score a touchdown. But after the review, his knee hits just before the goal line, which I got to credit the streaker. He gives himself up before scoring to burn more clock, which sucks for me because I had this streaker on my fantasy team. But in all seriousness, the guy who did take down this streaker was a former high school quarterback, which not only plays into my point from earlier, but this also makes it the best hit by a quarterback since Ryan Tannehill. I mean, he should have been flagged for targeting because he totally led with the crown of his head. But the refs were clearly swallowing their whistles because this cop should have been called for a late hit. I bet they would have been flagged if they played in the Chiefs secondary. What's wild is, while he was streaking, he was wearing a pink one-piece bathing suit with a thong, which seems to be the go-to uniform for Super Bowl streakers. I mean, people talk about Super Bowl halftime entertainment being too provocative. What about Super Bowl mid-game entertainment? Even Tyreek Hill is like, well, I don't want to watch this. Hella impressive if you ask me. Almost as impressive as Kevin Harlan's call of the streaker.
He's pulling down his pants. Put up your pants, my man. Pull up those pants.
Now, the bad news for Chiefs fans was that after this streaker was taken away, the game continued.